Hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining me here. We're going to continue the thread from the last video, and that's talking about true forgiveness and why it's so important. Why it's so important that you demonstrate that your brother has done nothing to you, nothing to you at all. When we forgive, as it's taught and practiced, practiced here in A Course in Miracles, we're really forgiving what never took place. So, in essence, we're forgiving what our brother did not do to us, or period, to anyone. We're forgiving something that never took place. We're overlooking what appeared to happen on the surface of life to the truth beyond that, that there is no separation of any kind. How could one person actually do something to another if there's no separation and no individual people? Okay, okay then. That's what we're acknowledging. And we're doing something extremely powerful. When we forgive, we're showing our brother that his actions have no effects on us. Whatever that may have been has no effect on our mind. His guilt is completely unnecessary. You're showing him that by extending the miracle of true forgiveness. By giving the miracle, you're showing your brother his own innocence. In other words, you're showing yourself, there's no separation, your own innocence. You're showing yourself your own innocence. Would you show yourself condemnation and hatred or love? That's the choice that we get to make in the present moment. If you choose not to make it, you've chosen hatred. You have. You've chosen the ego by playing the victim or running off to hide in your imaginary wall. How could this contain the Son of God? Exactly. Not possible. Yeah. When you choose to play the victim and say, no, I have no choice in this. Oh, but you're choosing, as you well know, choosing the ego, which you can do. You are free to continue to do so. This pixelated image on your screen is not in charge of you, thank God, and will not stop you, nor will anyone but yourself. If anyone ever tells you, no, I have no choice in this, yes, they do, you do, we all do. Okay, so that's what's going on. Attest to your brother's innocence, to his limitlessness, to his love, and to his forgiveness, or her forgiveness, or their forgiveness, or whatever. By our brother, we're referring to every single living thing without exception. Now, that is worth emphasizing. Without exception. We still appear to be here needing this conversation for our own learning because we've been making exceptions. We want to judge some people and we want to continue to judge them, disdaining the liberation of the miracle, and keeping our little judgments for ourselves. We want to continue to blame our boss. We want to continue to blame our government or the regime. Okay, another political party. We want to continue to blame our ex. We want to continue to blame that neighbor of ours that is a very bad driver and unsafe who cut us off on a residential street going way too fast with kids playing on the sidewalk and stuff. We want to continue to blame him. You fully understand and see where we're going with this. That is why, when the Course says that forgiveness is either total or it's not at all, it means exactly what it says. It could not possibly mean anything other than that, total or not at all. So every time you offer it, it's huge, it's total. Keep going. Don't hold back. So at this point, very, very many practical questions come up. So let's address some of those because you may be having these questions right now. So, one of the most common questions, and it's a very, very good one, in fact, when it comes to the practice of true forgiveness, Zoom's noise cancellation may be canceling Buddy, our dog who's barking at the neighbors. The girls must be going past on their tricycles. Yeah, he doesn't like that. He's barking. So, aside, as the world appears to turn, appears to. So, how about the question of, all right, what if I don't approve of my brother's actions? Great question. There's a lot of stuff going on wobbling, spinning ball of rock at all times, not just right now, these days, but at all times that we don't approve of, for sure. Okay, well, first and foremost, that is an opportunity for forgiveness. This judgment that you feel, this annoyance, this rage, this sadness, or whatever it is, anxiety, if it's not wholly and completely loving and joyous, completely, it's an opportunity to forgive. Notice them, take them. That's what they're for. All of the upset and annoyance is not to leave us completely frustrated in a hellish state of disarray. Rather, it's for forgiveness, true forgiveness. So notice the opportunities, take them. Okay, what if you disapprove vehemently? Okay, you can still forgive, and it does not mean that you condone someone's actions. It does not mean that you agree with their position on something. It does not mean that you agree with their point of view. You're still going through the process of forgiveness, and you're still healing the mind. You don't have to agree with someone's point of view at all. You don't have to do what they say to do at all. However, when you forgive something that you don't agree with, which we all do all the time, what's happening is you are lightening your own mind. After all, there's only one mind. You're lightening it. In a very practical sense, forgiveness is for you. It's for you. It's the mind that is lightened by your refusal to hold a grudge. Doesn't mean don't do something to protect yourself here in the dream. If you must do that, by all means, do that. Forgiveness does not mean be a doormat and be manipulated and easily controlled. It does not mean do not constructively speak out against rage, guilt, abuses of power, hatred, and fear. No, it does not mean that at all. What it means is look right past it and let it impact the mind. Let your mind be lightened by seeing right past the drama. This course runs on a deeper level than the surface of the dream. It's a course in mind training. Mind is the cause. The world that we appear to see and appear to inhabit is mind's effect. Mind is the cause. The world, spinning ball of rock, is an effect. Forgiveness is very powerful. When you change your mind, what happens to the effect? It ceases to impact you in the same way. First of all, you may be able, with the practice of true forgiveness, to discover all of a sudden that you can cope with things that would have thrown you for a loop earlier in life. In the past, something that you just can immediately see through today, this thing that you can brush off today, forgive, move right past it, may have stalled you, stopped you in your tracks before, something that once annoyed you to no end. You may discover with the practice of true forgiveness that it doesn't even register, that you instantly, reflexively forgive and move on. You don't have to agree with your brother. You don't have to write him a long, tear-jerking letter, nor have a conversation. Simply lighten the mind. Now, also, when we look at the practice of true forgiveness, people take this question that we've just been discussing to another level and say, okay, what if I have to protect myself? Good, do it. Here's something about A Course in Miracles that you must know. And in time, with practice, with our dedication and commitment to practicing this, we come to understand this and experience it, which is very important, is that the Course has nothing to do with this raging madness that we call a world at all. It doesn't have anything to do with affecting change in the world. It does not aim to effect a change in your relationship status. It does not aim to effect change in your job or career. It does not aim to effect a change of citizenship for you, nor regime change or anything else that may be of grave concern and burdening your mind. The Course does not aim to make the dream hotter and sexier. Sorry. Could it happen? Sure. Great. It's not the point. It does not aim to make you richer. Again, could that happen as a result of your true forgiveness? Oh, most certainly it could. Is that the point? Nah. No, not at all. It's not to make the dream more comfortable. It's to awaken from the dream. That is why it's so important for us to understand that in giving this course, Jesus is addressing the mind. This mind that appears to be split, torn off, separated from God, which it's really not. That's impossible, but we don't realize it. So we need to awaken to it. Mind is the dreamer. Jesus is addressing the dreamer. That's why they call enlightenment awakening. We're waking up from a dream, and you're almost there. Really? May not feel like it, and I get that. fully get that because we all have days where it feels like this isn't working and it's never going to work. We want instant gratification, gratification at the speed of our cell phone. Well, mine's much faster than our dumb cell phones. Huh. Our technology, including this form of technology that you're watching right now, is really brilliant when it works. Understand that there's one mind, so we're all connected already. What will you share with us all, the miracle or judgment and blame? And as always, only you can answer that for yourself. There appear to be 8 billion plus of us. There's only one, and we're not bodies. As you well know, or you would not be here. The fact that you're watching this proves to me, and it should prove to you, and I hope it proves to you, beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're almost there. You have been listening to the call of our inner teacher, the Holy Spirit, to awaken. You have heard it way more than once, and you have answered it way more than once. That is why you're watching this. What is the major takeaway for you? Well, I don't know what that's going to be. You will know when you hear it. Perhaps you've heard it already, and in the time that remains, you may yet hear it. But you'll know what that is. You're here for a reason. You're almost there. Keep going. Forgive, 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 forgive. Is it sexy sometimes? Absolutely not. Is it fun sometimes? Absolutely not. Forgive, 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 forgive. It's not about making the dream more comfortable. The dream is uncomfortable. That's why we're on the spiritual path, because we've recognized that there's more to it. The solutions don't come from within the dream. They don't come from trying to get more money in the dream, though that may very well happen as a result of your forgiveness. It doesn't come from getting a hotter, sexier partner in the dream, though, again, that may very well transpire. Who knows? I mean, what's going to happen to the way you carry yourself here in the dream when you begin to forgive and you make a habit of it and you exude a loving presence? What are people more likely to do? Some people may run in horror and judge you and blame you. That's their own guilt. Obviously, forgive them. Forgive, forgive, forgive. Show them they're running and hiding from you because your loving and forgiving has no impact on you. None. Their hatred, rage, guilt, blame, and fear has no effects. You lighten them. There's one mind. Lighten it through extending the miracle of true forgiveness to your brother and do it over and over and over again every time that you remember to do it. And once again, very importantly, anything that is not wholly, completely joyous is an opportunity to forgive. So keep going with that. Questions, as always, are more than welcome. This is the practical centerpiece, in fact, of A Course in Miracles, the practice of true forgiveness. And as we have looked at here on several of these videos, it's not very well understood here in the world, clearly, or more people would be doing it. In fact, forgiveness is completely misunderstood in the world because the world tends to see it as transactional. Well, A Course in Miracles aims to turn our perception right side up. We don't see things as they are, and in order to awaken, we must see them as they are. That's the condition for peace, for the peace of God, which is what we all seek. How can I say that? That's all there is. So, of course, it's what we're looking for. Where do you look? Within the kingdom of heaven is you. Oh, that's straight out of this course. So if you have questions, they're more than welcome here. This comment thread is the perfect place to leave any and all questions that you may have. And if you have not yet subscribed, I'd love to have you join us, and please do that as well. That's the prompt in the corner of your screen. Just click that icon, and I will see you again right here very soon. Thank you.